for filmmaking. Always make sure you guys have good food. I mean, pizza's fine for catering at least, but make sure you have some decent food because I've heard actors get pissed about that. For me, I don't care, but I've seen people just leave like maybe grapes or something on the table and that's it. Well, I'm an actor, and I do it because the feeling just being someone else is just truly incredible, at least for me.
I'm sorry.
The little kid who destroyed the whole West Coast and killed millions of people is sorry?
This box, what I have inside it, it could change everything.
I told you not to skate here. Hey, I told you not to skate here. There's a sign.
No, I'm
Did you
tired.
read the sign?
Oh, I'm tired.
Hey,
always giving
sir,
me shit.
sir. I tell you this every week. Don't skate here. What do you do? You skate here.
I'm just skating on the ledge. That's
Yeah,
all I'm
you're
doing.
putting these kids' lives
I'm
at
just
risk with your skateboarding.
Officer, with all respect, I'm just skating
No,
on the ledge.
Are you resisting?
I'm not resisting.
Are you resisting?
I'm talking to you. I'm just.
It's tough. I mean, acting as a sophomore, like, this would be like a lot of fun, but after we started doing more and more films, I was sure that I wanted to make this like a career because, like I said, there was no other thing I'd rather do. The reality didn't hit me till I moved to LA because here I was just like, yeah, I want to be an actor, so I'm just going to move to LA and it's going to be great. And then I ended up going to school there and I got torn up pretty bad because I didn't know shit about acting really. I was just winging it. Right now, I'm trying to find representation and it's really hard out there. I've submitted for over like 30, 40 agencies through email and everything, and all of them don't respond or like it's just never read. And then I went to a couple in person and they just looked at me like I was just another person in LA, which is tough, you know, because obviously it's something I want to do. When I was working with other people, they're all different because some would they wouldn't tell me, can you do more of this, blah, blah, or they'll just be like, that's good. And I'm like, well, what's good about it? And they're just like, no, it just looks good, or something like that. And I worked with this one, he really like dug in. He's like, I like what your character's doing here. I want to see a little bit more like this, like that. And sometimes he'll kind of even act it out just for a way for me to get an idea. And once I see the way he acts it out and then put my own little mix into it, and then I make a product that both of us like. So I prefer directors like that really sit down and tell you what you're doing right and what's wrong. And sometimes just the way they could talk to you. It's like, I need this. Cry. Go. And it's like, you know, versus like, you're doing really well, but you know, you can go a little bit more with the crying, just really get to that point, like really feel the moment, listen to, you know, the difference of just talking, understanding just makes so much more of a difference, and I love working with directors like that.
What do you want
Can
me,
I
how
just
do
do
you
it
want me
for
to
him?
Lower the tone like one knot.
Never.
Like-
Higher.
Never!
You ready?
Turn the fuck around, I want to see you.
Let's go.
Okay, Samuel, seriously.
Dude.
Never! But we have to work together now, too.
It's tough. Like, there's some days where I get a little discouraged because I'll hear people or see things on Facebook where this person's auditioning at Paramount, or I'm reading for a TV show and they have agencies and blah, 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 commercials, and then there's me that doesn't have any of that yet, and I'm just doing student films just to like break through, you know? So it could be a little hard sometimes, but at the same time, I guess it just kind of fuels me to keep striving. And when people keep saying no to me, it's like that's gonna happen with whatever you do. So I already knew going into the industry it was gonna be like that. So in one way, it does suck that you get no, like most of the time when you do anything like that. But when you get that yes, it's so rewarding. For me to just get an audition notice, like, you have an audition tomorrow, like, that means enough to me. Just that I get a chance to show what I can do. I wanted to add more layers to a character, so when I first started, I just do it for fun, whatever, but then now, leading up to now, I like to think of everything that character would do. So sometimes I would even keep like a journal, and I would write whatever I think the character would think that day. And what really helps me is when I read the scene or whatever, I like to write what led up to that scene, just so I have a clear idea of what this character's thinking, blah, blah, blah. You know, because sometimes it's hard to just act and, you know, you're not thinking of what your character is thinking, you're just thinking like, oh, what's my next line? You know what I mean? But if you know your character completely and stuff like that, the lines and everything, it just comes with the character.
Dude, what are you doing? I need to use the restrooms.
See, it's not that simple, old sport.
Why not?
See, I'm in charge of the bathrooms here, and it's my job to make sure everyone... Hey, old sport, you can't do that. Damn it. See, I'm in charge of the bathrooms here. It's my job to make sure everyone gets a fair opportunity to release their bowels in a stress-free environment. Old sport.
I understand that perfectly.
No, see, you don't understand, old sport, you don't.
Look, buddy, I'd really appreciate it if you just let me use the bathroom now.
See, I can't do that, old sport. I can't. See, that's putting my job at risk. And I have 3 goldfish at home. They're expecting me to pay the bills. Can you not? Can you just hold it, old sport? Can you please hold that? Please?
Oh no.
The character in Jay Gatsby was honestly one of my favorites so far, because we talked about how we wanted to do like a spoof kind of for The Great Gatsby, so I'd watched that movie a couple times that week, just kind of listening to Leonardo DiCaprio's voice and how he did it, so I would try and mimic it, and I guess it worked, and just playing that character, like, I wanted to make it different than how Leonardo DiCaprio did it, but have that hint of like, oh, I could kind of see a similarity, but at the same time, it was weird because like I wanted to play him serious. Like you could see like his true emotion in his eyes, but also like this guy's a little off. Like, you know, like you can't help but feel like oh, I can see where he's going, but what the hell, you know? But that's what I loved about him, because people like that, like, you're kind of misunderstood. So once you can show them that emotion that you're actually serious, then you can kind of understand where they're coming from. You know, but at the same time, you're just like, this guy's a little weird. So for me, putting those 2 elements together to make sure the audience still felt something from him, but at the same time can laugh at him, but in a comedic way, not to make fun of him per se. That was a challenge for me, but after, I think I pulled it off. Yeah, I'm fine.
You know, I'm worried about you. You haven't been the same since your mom died. I know we both miss her. But you have to move on. That's what she would want. Anyway, I gotta go. I got a hotel to run.
Dad.
Yeah.
You know that gang that killed Mom?
Yeah?
I think I saw him.
Just stay away from them.
Yeah. Clash was cool for me. It's a little different though, because for me, when I was doing that role, after watching the video, I realized I could have put more emotion into, like, my mom died in the film, so why didn't I show it more? You know what I mean? But, so I could have done better emotionally in that film, but in terms of fighting, it was a lot of fun, and I think that was one of my first actual good fights in a film.
Hey, man.
Action.
What did you do?
I need him. In the knee.
Fall down from knees.
So I got to learn about breakaway things like glass, blah, blah, blah. So that, I feel like it kind of excelled me to do more action stuff too. So the action was fun. It was just the more of the emotional I could have worked on.
So what drugs don't you have in here?
I don't got any drugs. I did them all last night.
All right. Just calm down. Just drop the knife and let him go. You don't want to fucking mess with me, son.
You asshole! That ain't no baby boy! That's my baby girl!
Oh, hold on. Did you just assume my baby's gender?
You can't tell what it is.
What's that mean? Fuck!
This character was just as fun to play as Gatsby, because this character was more of a physical character for me, at least, and he's not mentally there either, surprisingly. I remember I was like, I want to look crazy, so I'd have that like crazy like look where he just kind of like doesn't make eye contact fully and stuff like that, and he has like this fucked up leg, so yes, he was like a cane. It's just like little things like that. It was just so fun for me. And I think with this one, I was writing the journal again, and I think I wrote like 10 or 11 entries, really writing this crazy backstory, how he ended up in Vegas or wherever he was at, and why he's the way he is. And I think after writing that and we started filming, I would like look back at it and I was like, you know, that pretty much matches what I wrote, and I felt that much more like in character. Advice, the standard, don't give up on what you want to do, even though sometimes it's really hard. Like even for me, it's really hard. But if you ever feel like that, just do something that reminds you why you do it. That's why I always watch movies on my spare time, or I go to the movie theaters, or I read books on it, because then I feel that spark again. And when I feel that, then I feel like, all right, let's hit the pavement again, you know? So look for something that keeps you motivated. That's really all it is. Don't give up, because it's a matter of either you do it or you don't. You're gonna be an actor or you're not gonna be. Simple as that. And if you think you're the next big thing, then you have to certainly prove it.